I grew up in Spokane, grew up competing in Musicfest also. And so I know what it's like sitting there. Whenever the adjudicator would come to me, I'd be shaking in my shoes. And I was like, please don't call on me. Okay, very well prepared and executed. Okay, what and this is personal taste, okay? Your mileage may vary. Some of these passages, you could increase the contour shaping a little bit, dynamic shaping. And so, here, for instance, you have to top out at mezzo forte, right? You can enhance your crescendo, still top out mezzo forte, but start a little softer. I don't know, piano, just under that. Here, at the beginning, you could increase, I call these micro crescendos. So it gives us, our ears, the illusion that we're going forward in time to that. Da, 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 da. Right? Okay. Let's take from here to here. All right. So, a little shaping here. These repeated C's, nice staccato. Go ahead and make them a little softer, but that's because it does make this thing out even more. So, I don't know, maybe between pianissimo and piano. I know it sounds like it might be a little too soft, but that way you don't have to make that any louder than you are. Your dynamic right here is just fine. Try from there to there. So, a little micro crescendo. Right. Here, tiny bit shorter, maybe. That was good. Do that one more time. Okay, good. I would increase that maybe 1/4 of a decibel there, because that's kind of the high point here. And then you're going to drop down here to piano anyway, so it helps make the distinction. Now, when we get here, here's an opportunity to do a little micro crescendo, because a singer, if they were singing that, they would naturally do a crescendo. And one of my teachers in high school, he was a professor at Washington State, Lauren Olson. I think he lives in Port Angeles now. He would always say, the pianist's job is to imitate singing, okay? And so that's kind of where I come from when I suggest these low crescendos. Okay, take it from there to there. You can do a tiny bit more crescendo there, and that'd be okay. Wherever's comfortable for you. Okay, good. I hear a tiny bit overall crescendo here. This time, from there, see if you land on a forte there, see what that sounds like. Yeah, right. Has more feeling of finality. I've arrived, right? Okay. Now here, tiny micro crescendo there, and through here too. Again, gives us a feeling of forward motion. Let's go from here to there. This is a little different material. Okay, so let's start forte. For my taste, I don't decrescendo quite that much, just a little bit. Try that one more time. Right. Tiny bit shorter on these quarter notes here. One more time. Want to make sure that you don't give it a full quarter note, because you know what the most important type of note in this piece is? It's not, might not be what you think. The rests. Because music consists of two things, sound and silence, right? And so, the sound part we manage well, but the silence often we don't give it the respect or the full duration that it needs. Silence would be real powerful. Let's say you have a big argument with your girlfriend, and then she's mad for like 3 days. She doesn't say anything to you, right? That silence says something. Okay? So same kind of thing. Okay, now here a little more lyrical, a little micro crescendo there. There's another opportunity for one. Nice strong forte here. Now it says forte here, and you got a long crescendo there, right? When you get here, I back down to mezzo forte. Then you have a bigger range of crescendo between mezzo forte and fortissimo. Okay, let's see. Well, let's start from there. And we'll go to the end of the exposition. Making these notes before the syncopation a little shorter. Okay. Helps to highlight the surprise on the offbeat from there. Down, yes. Nice and short here. It's just like plucking cello, Okay, let's look at the development here. These scales start a little bit softer. Again, same thing, makes crescendo a little more intense while you're not giving it any extra gas. Nice and short here. Again, you got rests that I tell my students to play the rests, okay? A little counterintuitive, but makes them think about the rest. Okay, then here we'll give similar treatment to that. More staccatos there for syncopation. Da ba da da ba. Let's go ahead from there. I'll stop you when. Good. A tiny bit more crescendo. 1/10 of a decibel more. Yes. Increase the volume on that, oh, just another 1/10 of a decibel, so to emphasize the syncopation there. Maybe there, it's exuberant. You can do a tiny micro crescendo there as well. Gives a little more shape. Whatever's comfortable for you. That's my taste. Maybe from there or there to the second ending. Take away 1/10 of a second from these guys. Just do the second ending there. So. Maybe the last one you could give a tiny bit more time, but I wouldn't do a full quarter note there. Okay, so with Coulomb Clementi, the good technical benefit is the technique, passage work, right? One of our favorite spots. Okay, and so does this feel kind of difficult for some reason to your hand, or tricky? Okay, all right, well, can you describe to me what does it feel like that it's limiting you?
It's just a lot of notes crammed into tiny measures, so it's just a handful to play sometimes.
Okay, yeah. If you're use a little less finger work here and a little more transfer weight from finger to finger. I'll show you what this is. Stand up a minute. Not on the heavy play. I'll stand up. Now, this sounds really weird, but start from there. Just the right hand. Nice and slow. From there. And just notice how it feels. One more time. Legato 2. Just feel the bottom of the keys. Don't worry about anything else. And so when you're doing that, it doesn't feel like you're using a lot of finger work, okay? And you felt that kind of consistent pressure to your fingertips. Now, have a seat. Okay. Now, just do the right hand there. You can do it a little faster. Try to duplicate the same feeling. Just envision the same feeling you had when you were standing up. And so, for passages like that, probably would work for those as well. Just stand up and play it, and what's happening, the technical explanation is that when you're playing standing up, you're not using your any finger power, you're not fingering, that is, because you can't be. It's much easier just, your fingers just holding up the weight of your hand. Like 8 ounces here gets moved to 8 ounces to the thumb. Always 8 ounces of Madelyn on the keys, right? Okay, so, and then do that a few times and then sit down and try, just duplicate the feeling. When I was doing doctorate work at University of Iowa, I studied with a guy named John Sims, and that's what he had me do just to get experience the touch that he was trying to get across to me. And wonders of wonders, it worked. And so I have my students try that out too. All right. Okay. Overall, in addition to the parts I pointed, the staccatos, just shave off another 20th of a second. Gives it more vitality that way. Okay? All right. Great. Thank you very much.